Center is we use these community groups to, one, serve the community, two, to give our students an opportunity to kind of participate in research and interact kind of as clinicians of our program. And then the third thing that we do is we harvest the data that we derive from our pre-post measures, and we publish that. We publish that with student participation, and by doing it as a community-based program, our numbers are much larger. So this semester we have approximately 120 older adults participating in the program, and that allows us to kind of power our studies and derive results from these randomized controlled trials that we offer. This is an example of one of those programs, and this would be a group exercise session. The group exercise session we're doing this semester is a Pilates exercise group, which is a seated exercise that's obviously appropriate in intensity for older adults, but it works primarily on the core. Obviously the core, and focusing on the core and the flexibility has a benefit as it relates to postural control and some of the other measures that we use as outcomes of our program. The main focus of all of our research is always going to be postural control and decreasing fall risk in older adults. And this being one of the group exercise classes, and then as we kind of go back into the lab, we also look at some other ways in which we try to improve postural control. And one of those modalities that we use as a therapy is utilizing the Wii. In these sessions, we actually use the Wii, and we use the Wii balance board, and so we combine that with fitness interventions where we'll use chair stands, we'll use circuits of walking, and we will put them on the balance board. And the reason why we like these tasks is that most older adults fall when they're multitasking. And so what we want to do is we want to engage them both physically, and we want to engage them cognitively. And so we want them doing both a motor task, and we want them kind of doing a cognitive task simultaneously, because we want to improve not only their postural control, but their ability to engage in multiple activities at once. And so this is one of the interventions that we derive, and again, student-led. Students use gait belts to support them to make sure that we don't have any falls or we don't have any adverse events going on in clinic. But nonetheless, we take them through these activities, and we take it through in a very circuit-like fashion. Over here, we also see one of our outcome measures. So our primary outcomes associated with falls are we look at fracture risk, we look at reduced postural control, and we look at divided attention postural control. So again, just as we have them engaging in activities that are both motor and physical, when we put them up in the Neurocom, we also ask them to participate in cognitive tasks. We ask them to participate in auditory distractors, visual distractors, and we try to look at, how are they using their visual information, how are they using their somatosensory, or kind of their musculoskeletal, kind of neuromuscular coordination, and also we test their inner ear and how their vestibular system is working both before and after the intervention, so we obviously can capture any change in that. The worst outcome with falls is obviously fracture. We also monitor bone mineral density, and we try to increase that by having our participants potentially wear weighted vests, where during their activity we progressively overload that throughout the semester. So as the semester goes along and as they can tolerate it, we add more and more weight to that vest, which is obviously going to increase that bone mineral density. So basically, by taking the evidence-based approach that we do, by collecting and harvesting the data that we currently get, I think that best enables us to then refine our programs, develop improved interventions that better serve the community. It allows us to give the students, again, that hand-on mentored experience through the research process, the critical thinking skills to develop new innovations in our rehabilitation programs to better serve the community. Our growth is very important. The interaction we have with other departments across campus, and again, it allows us to train more scientists in this area looking at geriatric syndromes or healthy living across the lifespan. Those are the challenges, and I think when we think of that in a long-term strategy, and we think, how can we ensure that if we make the right decisions today, and if we develop our footprint and we become a very inclusive environment, You know, I really think that's the key to ensuring that the Center of Healthy Living and Longevity can prosper for decades to come on this campus and continue to serve this university and serve the community and the students in the DFW Metroplex.